I decided to come to Croatia because it's something unique. It's in Europe, and it's a good chance to get away from the U.S., experience a different culture, and kind of define myself, figure out who I am and like what I'm all about.
And my mom actually did a lot to talk me into it. I was like a little bit on edge, like, I don't know, it might be kind of cool to do. And my mom was like, this is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You can totally do this. It'll be awesome.
When we looked out of the plane window, it was amazing just to see that, like flying over the water and looking at it.
I think looking at the map, it looked like Dubrovnik was bigger than it was. I wasn't expecting to be able to go for a run and end up by the harbor so quickly.
So I got a bus pass, so I take the buses a whole bunch. I also walk because walking's easy enough. You can very easily walk from the one side of the city to the other.
I'm 10 minutes from a mountain, and I'm like right next to this huge castle fort thing.
Our professor showed us some apartments in Rochester, and we sort of chose the one that we're living in right now. It's a lovely small place, and the best part is its location. It's very close to school and very close to the old town, which is lovely, and we can just walk down. We don't even need to take the bus so often, and we're close to the water and we're on a hill, so it's perfect.
Yeah, their attendance policy is really strict here, and it's weird, but I don't know. I'm passing everything so far.
The school, it's a smaller school, but it's a really, like, it seems like a tight community, and it's cool to be involved in that.
One of the classes that most of us are taking here is Adriatic Art History, and even though the class is pretty easy, it's something that you could probably only take here. Our art teacher really knows her stuff because she helped out with the restoration after the war, and she's taken us on field trips, like on the wall and around town to look at all the sites and everything.
They're not too high that you can now sort of see them only, but they were high enough for the period due to the position on the western side.
One of our first field trips we took as a group was on Good Friday to the island of Korčula, the birthplace of Marco Polo. On our way to Korčula, we stopped on the Pelješac Peninsula at a vineyard to taste some of the local wines. Afterwards, we boarded a ferry to make it to the island in time for the Good Friday procession that Korčula is famous for. The whole trip only took up one day of our time in Croatia, but it's one day that I will never forget.
I've met people everywhere, from on the bus to in class to anywhere. You just kind of talk to people. If you're willing to walk around with a smile on your face and talk to people and be nice, most of the time they're nice back.
I got into the pace of this place really quickly. It's a very slow town, and you just have to take things at a nice pace.
I heard that people here drink a lot of coffee, and they do. There's a lot of these coffee bars that pretty much just serve drinks like coffee and beer and stuff.
The food is pretty awesome. Like at home, you get bread, you get sliced bread, you know, whatever. Or you might buy, you know, a baked loaf every once in a while, but it's too expensive to like do it all the time. But here, I'm buying a loaf of bread a day.
The food's good, it's different, it's a lot more of fresh foods. What I've noticed is that they love their carbs, so you get lots of bread with every meal. More bread than what you'd expect for meat, especially when it comes to the hamburgers and all that.
I think if I were to miss anything, the most, I think I'm going to miss all of the views and all of the places, because the sea is so close. There are islands nearby with peacocks, and it's so magical. There's a mountain that takes only 20 minutes to get to from my house to the top of it.
If I were to change anything or do anything a little different, I think right from the get-go, I would just start talking to people, you know, really stepping out of my comfort zone and just approaching a few more students, taking a few more chances.
After going on this trip, I would definitely recommend this to other RIT students. And it's a part of Europe that a lot of people, at least Americans, don't usually get to see. And there's such a huge past to it that it's something you won't learn anywhere else. And I think it's definitely worth it. I know it takes a lot of planning and a lot of everything, but you'll have so much fun while you're here that, I don't know, I wouldn't give it up for anything.
Like compared to Rochester, like this place is like paradise.
Everyone, like all the people who live here, like the young people, even though there's not many opportunities here and they'd rather go somewhere else, like Zagreb, but they just say that Dubrovnik has a charm and they're just in love with it, and there's no way they leave it. Even if they have to leave, they'll definitely be back. I completely understand what they mean because I've been in love with a lot of cities, but Dubrovnik definitely has a special place in my heart.